Hello, this is John from Life Academy. I'm going to be doing something I've never done before. I'm going to be um, covering some Chinese introductions phrases, and what I'm going to do is this is my way of helping people to learn a language that is difficult, but giving you the mindset of someone who is not Chinese and are trying to learn the language. So this is what I would say if I was speaking the language. And so I'm gonna just go back to the basics that people tend to do. And I have a book here that I'm using, and this is a pretty good book. It's called "Say It Right in Chinese." So there are many books you can get, and so they tend to start with the tones and the way you pronounce words. You're not gonna get that from me. Okay, I'm not a native speaker, but I'm gonna give you some indicators, and then you can go off and then you can use that. Because if you're gonna be talking to someone in Chinese, and you want to use these specific phrases as someone who speaks English. So, for example, if you were to say to someone, like, "Hi, how you doing? Let me introduce myself to you. My name is John." You want to talk about yourself, and you want to talk about your situations. So the most important thing is to find words that relate to who you are. That's why I don't like to go into things about restaurants or traveling or going to the airport, because I don't do those things every day. So let's just start off with the basics. So first thing you want to learn how to say is hello. Okay, so that's ni hao. Again, that's easy, so you can get it from anybody. Ni hao. But what does it mean? It means hi. Ni hao. Then how are you? Ni hao ma. So in Chinese, a ma is a indicator that is questions being asked. So you say ni hao ma. How are you? So you can practice that. You can say ni hao, and then that's just, you can say it to anybody. Just walk around and say, yeah, ni hao, ni hao, ni hao. And then you want to ask the question, ni hao ma. So, hey, you're asking someone specifically, ni hao ma. And someone taught me a quick little way. You can say someone, like, you can think of knee like your knee, and how is like how. So how's your knee? So you would say, think, how's your knee? So that's ni hao, okay? And again, you can make it fun. Now, what I tend to do is when I teach things, I tend to make it a way that is kind of a way to really impact your mind through a fun way. So when I think of the word ma, I think of my mother and say ma, ni hao ma. How's your knee, mom? Ni hao ma, and you won't forget it. It makes it fun. Okay, again, practice it that way. When you talk to someone, you just ni hao ma. Okay, I even sometimes think about, you point to their knee, okay, and you say ni hao ma. Just a way to get into your mind. Okay, so then you would say very good. So again, in Chinese, hun, like honey. So I think what tastes good, honey is good. So hun. So hun is very, and then how is good. Okay, so how is good. Hun hao is very good, and then you say 谢谢, just thank you. Okay, again, you're not gonna get this off of me. Just take it as an indicator, and then take it forward to someone who can teach you how to pronounce it better. But I'm teaching you what to say. Okay, so again, so you say ni hao, ni hao. Then you say ni hao ma. And then hun hao, hun hao. Okay, again, hun hao. How do you remember hun, like honey? Honey is good, right? Hun hao, 谢谢. Okay, I mean, it's not hard to say. It's not share or share. It's 谢谢. Okay, so again, then you can say, this is a good word. People often people try, they smile when you say this word. This is to say it's okay or so. It's mama hoo hoo. Okay, so that means that it's okay. Okay, so it's mama hoo hoo. It's okay. And then you would say Nina. So that means and you. So again, you can maybe you're talking to someone who's named Nina. You say Nina, right? That's just a way to remember it. It's kind of funny. So again, going back to the greeting that you say to everybody. ni hao, ni hao. You ask one person specific, it's ni hao ma, ni hao ma. Then they could say, oh, now they could say wa han hao, okay, wa han hao, which is I am good, or you can just say han hao, xie xie. And then again, I'm gonna go back to this. I need to address that. In Chinese, when you say how or han hao, you can say I am good. So I always do it this way. I touch the wall. Okay, the wall is me personally. It's close to me. Wall. So I teach people to say this in my classes. I would say touch the wall, and then touch your eye, and then point to your knee. And so you would say wall for wall, right? Wall, I, knee. It means wall, I, knee. It means I love you. So you won't forget that because you think of wall, this is close, I, knee. So remember that. Okay, moving on. And again, we're talking about good morning, good evening, and good night. That's neither here nor there. You can learn how to say those words, but I like to keep it in the realm of reality. Okay, so I'm not going to worry about those words right now. They're not essential. In Chinese, they don't really say yes specifically. They say dui, bu dui, but they do say shi, shi. Okay, so this is a tone that you want to say properly. Shi. So like you're mad, shi at the fourth tone. Or bu shi. So again, don't worry about the tone, but it's the certain way of saying it. Okay, so it's bu shi. Please, it's ching, ching. Okay, that's good. Ching is like please. Ching, ching wen, which is like when I ask you a question. And then thank you again is xie xie ni. Xie xie is just thank you. Ni is you. So xie xie. Again, xie xie is thank you. Like it's, but you can say thank you specific. Xie xie ni. Okay. And then you're welcome. That is bu xie. Bu xie. Okay. So that's easy. And then one more you can learn. This is a good one. This is dui bu qi. So dui is how you say yes, dui. But then you say bu is no, and then qi. Okay. So dui bu qi. So this new word is I'm sorry. Dui bu qi. I'm sorry. Okay. What does that mean exactly? I have no idea. Not important. But what it means is it means I'm sorry. So you bump into somebody. Oh. Dui bu qi. Okay. It's for me. It's not so important to know what every single word means. It's like if someone say you mama hoo hoo. You know that could mean I think it means horse, tiger, right? But it's not important. It's not important. It's a code. It's a word that they know what it means. It's like when someone says gesundheit. What does that mean? It means that you sneeze and I respond to it. Okay. So don't get too involved. That's what makes things difficult. Trying to break everything down always is not that important. You know that it's how you say something. If I want to say thank you, I say xie xie. If I want to say I don't want it, bouillon, you learn. Now that's important because bu means no or not, and yong means use, so don't use. But the point is, try to learn the words first in context, okay? And then you can break it down to figure out what every single individual word means. Okay, so now let's go back to, this is important. I don't understand. Okay, now again, someone can say something to you, and you can say, I don't understand. So that's war, the wall, right? War. Bu. Bu is not. Like, bu, no. Okay? Bu xing, bu hui, whatever. Bu. Okay? So, you would say, wo bu dong. So, dong is understand. Wo bu dong. I don't understand. So you would say, for example, you can use this. 对不起，我不懂. Okay. Now, another thing I want to do is I want to give you a chance to really think in the language. So if I say a word more than 3-4 times, you should know what it means, and I don't have to kick you out of the water as you're trying to swim. Okay. So if I say to you, 你好, okay, 你好吗, right? 我很好, 谢谢. I think you know what that means. Really, I don't have to put any subtitles or anything. You should know what that means. And as you study the language, you really do want to get away from constantly, reiterating it and translating it back in English. You want to be speaking the language. So it's important in the beginning to learn the word. But then as you learn the word, you don't want to have to continually be told what the word means. That's why I really don't like it a lot of times when people teach me words in a foreign language. They say something to me. I know what it meant. Then they kind of break me off of my mindset by telling me it in English. It's like I'm swimming in the Chinese waters, and so I don't want to be pulled back to land to say, hey, you know what that means? Okay, let's get back in the water. Keep me in the water. So I'm going to just go back over this, and then I'm going to give you my ending little speech, give you some really good advice, and then we'll be done from there. Okay, so the last thing we did was 我不懂. I don't understand. 我不懂. And then this one is, do you understand? So this is 你听得懂吗? 听得懂. So 你 is you, like 你好, you good, right? And this one is 听. 听 means hear. 你听得懂吗? You 你听得懂. Da means like and understand. Okay. So 你听得懂吗? Do you understand when you hear? 你听得懂吗? Got it. Okay. So that's good. So let me just say say all these sentences again, all these words, and then we'll just end from there with my last little advice to you. So first thing is 你好, 你好吗? 我很好, 谢谢. 你呢? Then you go to 对不起. Did we cover? Oh, we want this one. We want to do yes, which was 是, no, 不是, 请, right? Please, 请, 谢谢你, thank you. 不行,不谢, excuse me, that you're welcome. And 对不起, which means, of course, I'm sorry. 我不懂, I don't understand. And 你听得懂吗? Do you understand? Okay, very good. Again, go back over the tape, let's do it again, and then just try to say it without having any translations. Now, this is what I'm going to say when it comes to a language. Think of yourself as a swimmer and think of yourself as a fish. Now, a fish lives in water. A swimmer goes into the water and they can stay there for a certain amount of time. Okay? But they got to come back up for air. Now, a fish can never drown in water because that's the environment it lives in. So there are all kinds of fish. There are goldfish, and there are swordfish, there are sharks, and there are whales. Even though they're mammals, they're still sea creatures. Okay, they're water dwellers. So they can stay underwater That's where they live. A swimmer can either wade in the water, they can go into the deep, or they can go down. Now, in order to go into the water, you have to hold your breath, or you can use a snorkel, which is a stem that goes out of the water, and you can breathe water. You can breathe while underwater because you're getting air. Stand there for forever, but you're not swimming. You're not. It's not. It's not really. It's not real. You can't really, really go deep, right? Or you can put on a tank, like a scuba diver, and then you can go really deep. And you can stay under as long as there's air in the tank, and you come back up. Okay. So your goal in learning language is to not become a fish, but learn to swim in those waters. And even someone who, let's say, learned to speak this foreign language at a fluent level, they're fluent. At some point, they still have to go back and speak their own language. Anyone who who speaks English as a second language, even if they're fluent, when they're home, they're speaking their mother tongue. Okay, because that's where your comfort is. That's where you live. Okay, so the goal is always try to be a good swimmer in the foreign waters. Don't envy people who can speak language fluently because they're born with the language as their first choice, and so they learned it. So no language is hard to learn because babies all learn at the same pace, but you have to get yourself into the water and swim. Sometimes you got to swallow a little bit of water, which means you got to make mistakes. You're going to embarrass yourself sometimes. You might need to call for a lifeguard just to save you, which means you might need someone to translate, or you might use a translator, or you might need a dictionary. But the point is, the more you continue to strive, the more you continue to get in there, the better you'll be. Okay, so that's important. And the reason I'm getting better is because I'm starting to use tutors now. And so whenever I have my tutoring session, we just speak. We speak almost the entire time in the entire language, in this case, Chinese. And if I make a mistake, then the tutor will help me. They'll give me the proper word. But, that's what it's all about. I don't try to get out of the water. I try to stay in the water, and they just continually help me to keep it going. Okay? So, thank you for watching, and continue to practice. And again, this is not the end of your journey. This is just the beginning, or it's part of it. You really can't learn the language. You have to acquire it. And no one can really teach you language. They can only help you to explore it and help you to navigate through it.